Have you ever wondered how Hungary, a landlocked country in the heart of Europe, came to be? Let's embark on a journey back in time to the late 9th century. It was the year 896 when the Magyars, a nomadic people led by Arpad, settled in the Carpathian Basin, a fertile land of rolling plains, rivers, and mountains, which we now know as Hungary. Fast forward a century to the dawn of the second millennium, a key figure emerges on the stage of Hungarian history: King Saint Stephen. Born as Vajk, he was the first king of Hungary, crowned in the year 1000. Under his rule, Hungary transitioned from a tribal society to a Christian kingdom, integrating itself into the broader European culture. King Saint Stephen's legacy is so profound that he was canonized as a saint, and today his crown is a national symbol, enshrined in the Hungarian parliament. However, the course of history is seldom smooth. In the mid-13th century, Hungary faced a devastating blow: the Mongol invasion. Villages were razed, people slaughtered, and the kingdom was left in ruins. But as they say, it's always darkest before the dawn. Rising from the ashes came King Bela IV, who embarked on a mission to rebuild the kingdom. He fortified towns, built castles, and transformed Hungary into a formidable force once again. This era of reconstruction laid the foundation for Hungary's golden age, a period of prosperity and cultural efflorescence. Hungarian became the official language, and the nation began to embrace its unique identity, steeped in a rich tapestry of traditions, folklore, and culinary delights. A nation was born with a distinct culture and language that would stand the test of time. From the settling of the Magyars to the reign of King Saint Stephen and the reconstruction under King Bela IV, the birth of Hungary is a tale of resilience, transformation, and the enduring spirit of a people. But this was just the beginning. The story of Hungary is far from over, and there's so much more to explore. So, stay with us as we continue this fascinating journey through the annals of Hungarian history. What happens when a nation is split between two empires? This question takes us back to the 16th century, to a time when the Ottoman Empire, a powerful force in the east, set its sights on Hungary. The result was a country divided into three parts. The central region fell under direct Ottoman control. The west became a part of the Habsburg Empire, while the semi-independent Principality of Transylvania occupied the east. The Ottoman rule, however, was not destined to last. The 17th century saw a series of wars that finally led to the liberation of Hungary from the Ottomans. The end of one empire's rule, though, merely signaled the beginning of another's. The Habsburgs, who had played a significant role in the liberation, now held sway over Hungary. Under the Habsburgs, Hungary experienced both highs and lows. The empire brought with it advancements in technology, architecture, and the arts, enriching Hungarian culture. However, the suppression of Hungarian language and customs led to a growing discontent among the population. This simmering resentment eventually erupted in the Hungarian Revolution of 1848, a year of revolutions across Europe. The revolution, while initially successful, was brutally suppressed by the Habsburgs with the help of Russian forces. Yet, the spirit of the Hungarian people was not so easily quelled. Less than 2 decades later, the Austro-Hungarian Compromise of 1867 saw the birth of a dual monarchy. Hungary was granted equal status with Austria, signifying a major victory for the Hungarian cause. So, what happens when a nation is split between two empires? It struggles, it adapts, and it persists. For Hungary, the Ottoman occupation and the Habsburg rule were periods of significant upheaval and transformation. But through it all, the spirit of the nation remained unbroken. Two empires left their mark on Hungary, but the spirit of the nation remained unbroken. How did the global conflicts of the 20th century reshape Hungary? Let's dive into that. The 20th century was a period of immense turmoil for Hungary, with the world wars leaving an indelible mark on the nation's history. In World War I, Hungary fought on the side of the Central Powers, and its defeat led to the infamous Treaty of Trianon in 1920. This treaty resulted in Hungary losing about 2/3 of its territory and more than half of its population to neighboring countries. The treaty, a thorn in Hungary's side, is still a touchy subject today, as it drastically altered the nation's ethnic composition and economic potential. Then came World War II, and Hungary found itself in a precarious position yet again. Initially, Hungary tried to remain neutral, but the winds of war swept the nation into the Axis camp. The war brought havoc to Hungary, with the Holocaust claiming the lives of numerous Hungarian Jews. The Siege of Budapest, one of the bloodiest sieges of World War II, resulted in extensive destruction and loss of life. The war's end didn't spell immediate relief for Hungary. In fact, it marked the beginning of a new era of struggle. The country was heavily damaged, and recovery was a daunting task. The political landscape was also drastically altered, with Hungary falling under the influence of the Soviet Union, setting the stage for the Cold War era. So the World Wars not only changed Hungary's geographical boundaries, but also deeply impacted its societal fabric. They led to a massive loss of life, altered the nation's demographics, and left deep scars on the national psyche. Yet, in this crucible of conflict, a new Hungary was born. The desire to rebuild, to rise from the ashes, was kindled. The World Wars were undoubtedly a dark chapter in Hungary's history, but they also sparked a determination to start anew, to build a future that honored the past while looking forward. The World Wars brought immense suffering, but also sparked the desire for a new beginning. How did a revolution change the course of Hungarian history? This is a question that echoes through the annals of time, into the heart of Hungary's past, specifically the communist era and the revolution of 1956. Following World War II, Hungary found itself under the shadow of communism. The country was declared a People's Republic, and with this change in governance came a series of social and political transformations. Society was restructured along the lines of the Soviet model, with the state assuming control of the economy and personal freedoms being curtailed. This period was characterized by political repression, economic hardship, and the suppression of individual liberties. But the human spirit is resilient, and it was this resilience that led to the Revolution of 1956. This nationwide revolt was sparked by a potent mix of dissatisfaction with the Soviet-imposed policies, a longing for political freedom, and a desire for economic reform. The revolution was a spontaneous uprising that began as a student demonstration in Budapest and quickly spread throughout the country. The revolutionaries, comprising students, workers, and intellectuals, called for a return to national sovereignty and political freedom. They demanded the withdrawal of Soviet troops and the establishment of a democratic government. The response from the Soviet Union was swift and brutal. Tanks rolled into Budapest, and the revolution was crushed within weeks. Thousands lost their lives, and many more were imprisoned or fled the country. Yet the revolution of 1956 was not in vain. It exposed the cracks in the Soviet system and was a testament to the Hungarian people's desire for freedom and independence. It was a bold statement of defiance that resonated beyond the country's borders, inspiring other nations under the yoke of Soviet rule. The revolution of 1956 marked a turning point, ushering in a period of reform and eventual transition to democracy. It was a painful but necessary chapter in Hungary's history, a testament to the unquenchable spirit of its people, and a rallying cry for freedom that still resonates today. What does the future hold for this resilient nation? As we turn the pages of Hungary's history, we find ourselves in the present day, a period marked by a steadfast stride towards progress, while nurturing a deep-rooted cultural heritage. In the aftermath of the tumultuous 20th century, Hungary has successfully transitioned into a democratic republic, embracing the principles of freedom, equality, and human dignity. The nation joined the European Union in the early years of the 21st century, marking a significant milestone in its journey towards economic development and international cooperation. Today, Hungary is known for its thriving industrial sector, particularly in automotive manufacturing, and a robust service sector, with tourism playing a pivotal role. However, the journey towards prosperity isn't without its challenges. Hungary grapples with various political issues, including the safeguarding of democratic principles, the rule of law, and the protection of minority rights. The nation's political landscape is ever-evolving, marked by vigorous debates, active citizen participation, and an unyielding commitment to a democratic future. Yet, amidst these modern-day dynamics, Hungary's cultural heritage continues to be its beating heart. The nation takes immense pride in preserving its traditional folk culture, from the enchanting melodies of Hungarian music to the vibrant dance forms and intricate folk art. The Hungarian language, unique in its roots and structure, continues to be a cherished symbol of national identity. Hungarian cuisine, with its diverse flavors and culinary traditions, remains a central aspect of daily life, with dishes like goulash and chimney cake continuing to delight locals and tourists alike. The nation's wine culture, too, is steeped in centuries-old traditions, with the vineyards of Tokaj, Vilainy, and Eger producing world-renowned varietals. In the realm of wellness, Hungary's thermal spa culture flourishes, offering therapeutic experiences in towns like Havíz and Eger, and contributing to the country's growing reputation as a wellness tourism destination. To sum it up, Hungary today is a vibrant tapestry of past and present, tradition and progress, challenges and triumphs. With a deep sense of history and a hopeful eye to the future, Hungary continues to write its own story.